Podcast. I'm your host with the Smoke, New Jersey Preem, and I will be joined as always by my co-host Jay Will, but you know that nigga always late. But but we here, yo. It's your boy birthday. I appreciate everybody that's been showing me love this morning. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. I appreciate you. Shout out to my wife with the lovely and always wonderful birthday gifts and shit. So I definitely appreciate you. But man, we are here. We got some news that's been popping off this past week or past couple of weeks since we've been gone. Y'all haven't seen us and shit. Well, y'all haven't seen the podcast since Valentine's Day when we had El the Drug on as our special guest, which was an amazing conversation. Ended up being a two-part conversation that you can see as a member over on YouTube or as a Patreon for real. But just some dope ass conversations with her, man. We had a great time. Shout out to her and appreciate her for coming on. But this past couple of weeks, it's been some shit popping off. I mean, we all know and been seeing what's been going on with goddamn uh, um 50 Cent and Ti and or 50 Cent against the world, basically like even beefing with Ti whole family and shit. Not just Ti, but his sons King and Damani. Hell, I think Buddy Red might even threw, which is Ti oldest is shit son. He might even threw a track out there. But him and 50 been going back and forth. We have some movement in sports that's been happening, especially in the NFL. Before the draft and the combine happened, we have some movements, some player movements, some players getting cut, some players getting traded. So we're gonna speak on that. We got a lot of other shit that we're gonna speak on for real. I don't want to get too deep into it until my co-hosts get here for real, so we can really just, you know what I'm saying, go ham on these topics. But until then, we'll probably just start off on the 50 Cent and Ti shit and just talk about, you know what I'm saying, just rap about how we feel about that because I don't think it's as big as an issue as people making it. 50 is a troll. 50 is, you know what I'm saying, a motherfucker that like to bother people for real. Like that's how he enjoys himself and shit. So when we see him do 50 Cent type of things, I don't think y'all should look so like really deep into it for real. Like even the whole documentary shit, which I don't think that he's gonna make one about Tip and Tiny and shit. But even if he do, that's still just another form of this motherfucker trolling. I don't think that he's gonna try to get these motherfuckers locked up for it. And I don't think that he should try to paint it in that particular way. It's all entertainment at the end of the day, for real. But it started with Ti asking for a goddamn verses, and Ti been asking for a verses from 50 for a minute for real. If we gonna keep it a bean, like he's been asking at least for a better part of 5 years. You know what I'm saying? At least since the whole verses shit started to pop off during the pandemic and shit like that, he's been asking. You know what I'm saying? And he's been out there loud and shit. You know what I'm saying? Vocally about wanting to have 50 Cent as his opponent in the verses. I remember initially when he did that, Busta Rhymes had threw his hat in the ring and he told Busta, like, nah, it's too much of a gap between when you started your career and when mine started, and which is true, you know. So I feel like that's 50 and Ti is a great matchup. Also, a lot of people would say Ti and Luda, which I ain't tripping about that either. But initially, well, Ti says I think he was on someone's podcast, and I don't want to get it wrong which podcast he was on, but he had said that him and 50 talked about it privately, and he told 50 that he basically was going to initiate the whole shit, and 50 was like, "All right, cool, I'm down with it." But once Ti started to do it, 50 started to act like they never had that conversation. This is what Ti said. This is not something that I know for sure. I'm just repeating what this man said, and that's where all this shit kicked off. Ti calling 50 out instead of 50, you know what I'm saying, accepting the challenge or keeping it, you know what I'm saying, strictly based off the verses. He threw a shot at Tiny. And once he threw a shot at Tiny, all gloves was off. King started throwing shots at 50's mom, and Damani made a Meet the Grams type of type of diss track, you know what I'm saying, called Miss Jackson. And Ti released, I think, 2 or 3 diss tracks aimed at 50. And, whole time 50, you know, is doing the shit that he's been doing as of lately, which is making jokes online and captions and memes and shit like that. But as of recently, though, he threw out a couple tracks that's been the going at Ti and his people and shit. I know the first track was going to be is the opener for his Powers Origins TV series that he got coming out soon with Leon Thomas on the hook. Song is see, that's the issue. All right, so look, we're gonna talk about that for a little bit. I actually like the song. I think the song is fire. I think Leon Thomas killed that shit. I think 50 killed it until he threw the line. And I'm not saying that the line was distasteful because this is hip hop. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm saying that the line was trash. That's what I'm saying when he said that that boy got your mom eating every box in Atlanta or some shit like that. That shit was ass in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that like it fucked up a good song for real. Like it just didn't really fit the scheme of the song. I think the song would have been way better without it. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. And then I know he had a track that just recently came out with Max B. That I only heard the hook on for real. I think the hook is fire, but I haven't heard nothing else for real. So I can't really speak on that. I know Damani threw out another goddamn diss track aimed at 50. I still didn't hear that shit. But it's just too much shit going on to where as though we acted like that is real life issues and shit. Like, no, he might have said some shit or did some shit towards Tiny that rubbed the public the wrong way, but this is all entertainment at the end of the day. All entertainment at the end of the day, for real. I mean, if it's real life shit, how you think how you think he feel if you talking about digging up, you know what I'm saying, digging up his mama and all that type of shit. Like, so I'm pretty sure that these people and those people understand what type of arena that they stepping in when they're doing this type of things. Um, but I don't see no right, no wrong in this situation. It's entertainment. I think that is fun. I like to hear motherfuckers rap. I think Ti one of the dopest lyricists of all time. I think he's a dope ass MC. He don't get the respect that he deserved. When he had his runs in the early in the mid 2000s and shit, he had six number. Let me rephrase that. He had three number one albums in a row. I think from 2003 to 2006, he had three number one albums in a row and shit. Like you don't do no shit like that and be considered, you know what I'm saying, half-assed or trash or washed or whatever. And then now let him know the new single that he had released, you know what I'm saying, not only being in the top 100 on Billboard, but I believe that that motherfucker moved all the way up to number one, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I seen where it was at on the charts, it was around number 8 or 9. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that motherfucker moved all the way up to number one and shit. And that's the power of rap beef. That's the power of drama in any circumstances because people in the internet love fucking drama. You know what I'm saying? Whenever some shit can go left, they're gonna make sure that shit go left. They're gonna add their 2 3 cents, no pun intended, and shit to the situation and try to add more fuel to the fire. A lot of people that was I'm looking, you know what I'm saying, on the internet, and a lot of people are talking for these artists and shit. Well, 50 wouldn't do this, that, and the third because of this, that, or Ti wouldn't do that in the third. And it's like, bro, just be a fucking fan. Enjoy this shit, nigga. Why y'all getting so involved? Why y'all getting, you know what I'm saying, so pressed about it and shit, so emotional about it? 50 not talking about you, like personally. Ti not talking about you personally. They talking about each other and each other's family. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you as a fan, motherfucker. Stop being so goddamn invested in this motherfucker, boy. You can watch and be entertained from a distance, but god damn, y'all motherfuckers, boy. Y'all motherfuckers be out here on some other shit when it comes to these celebrities and shit. Like that parasocial connection that y'all have with these motherfuckers is real. It's real. Para being the word because it's a fucking parasite. Y'all motherfuckers is nasty with it for real, bro. Like, and when we like, I'm sitting here thinking about everything that's been happening. Like I said, since we took our little 2 3 weeks hiatus and shit. And it's like so many celebrities has been on some weird shit, man. Now comedians can't make jokes. Apparently, Deion Cole, when he was making having his opening statement or monologue, I think it was at the NCAA awards. I mean, is he you know what I'm saying, the you know which one I said. NCAA is the college John, but y'all know what I mean. And shit, the colored John and shit. Um, but yeah, he was doing that shit. And, he had a little joke, a little prayer joke about all these other celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Some that was there, some, you know what I'm saying, that was in attendance, and others that wasn't in attendance. He had prayers about them. And of course, his prayer about Nicki Minaj is the one that got him the most vitriol because, like I said, that parasocial connection that y'all have with these celebrities is nasty. But he's getting death threats. They're telling him to go dig up his dead sister because, you know what I'm saying, he did a prayer jokingly about Nicki Minaj, and that's what I'm saying. Y'all motherfuckers in this society now can't even take a joke. Y'all can't even take a joke, and that's why motherfucking like 50 Cent is bothering y'all so much because he's abrasive. because he don't give a fuck about y'all opinion, and he gonna say what the fuck and do what the fuck he want to do, and that bothers y'all. That really bothers the shit out of y'all. Not only because, you know what I'm saying, he's actually funny at what he's doing and shit, but the fact that he's able to do it and you're not. So that really bothers the shit out of you. And I think y'all motherfuckers really need to stay off social media if it's really bothering you that much. But when it comes to on some hip hop shit though, when it comes to some hip hop shit, I'm happy to hear Ti rapping at the level that we know Ti to be rapping at. 50 Cent doing 50 Cent things. We never looked at 50 Cent as a top tier lyricist. We looked at 50 Cent as one of the best artists, like song makers of all time. I mean, like if 50 Cent was gonna either write you a hook or do a hook for you, you know that shit was gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. And shit. And still to this day, I still think that he's one of the best hook writers in you know what I'm saying, hip hop for real. I think 50 could always give you a dope ass hook. It's just everything else after that shit that just don't sound as good as it once did. And that's cool. He's not even a hip hop artist no more. You know what I'm saying? That's a hobby more so for him now. He's an executive at this point, you know. So we not even like I don't even hold him to the same standards that I would hold a Ti to because Ti is still active, is still as good as he once was lyrically and sonically when it comes to making songs. Like I wouldn't even hold 50 to that standard that I hold Ti to and shit. So they just in two different, you know what I'm saying, sections of their life right now. Ti just came out of that whole I'm gonna try this, that, and the third. I'm gonna go out and you know what I'm saying, make movies. I'm gonna go out and goddamn become a comedian and do stand up and all that type of shit. He just came back from doing his little stint basically in the world of entrepreneurship or business and all that shit. And he came back to hip hop, and that's one of the dopest things about our artists that we grew up with because a lot of these motherfuckers that step away now and try to come back, they not as fluent as they once were in our language or in our style and shit. But the older motherfuckers that's been around for a minute, when they step away and come back, they still sound just as good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the run of the mill motherfuckers. I'm talking about the top tier artists that, you know what I'm saying, we grew up with. And Ti is one of those top tier artists. And that's not an opinion, that's just a fucking fact for real. So but those two guys in particular, uh, I think they're a perfect match for each other. I think Ti is just as petty as 50. Um, I don't think that he's as quick witted when it comes with the internet shit, and that's why he's trying to stick to hip hop, which is no problem in my opinion. You stick to what you know. Um, but 50 is one of those ones that can use that internet to his advantage. He's really good at using that shit. You know what I'm saying? Rather it be the captions, the memes, the AI pictures and videos and shit like that. 50 is really good at using the internet to his advantage and shit. So you gotta give him credit because that is a weapon nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And these days, day and age in hip hop, we do use Drake tried to do it with Kendrick and it failed, but we do use social media as an extra tool in hip hop beefs now and shit. You know that does play a part, whether we like it or not. That does play a part for real. So I'm not even going front. Like when it comes down to Kendrick Lamar, I mean I'm sorry. When it comes down to 50 Cent and Ti, I think that they should like after all this shit for real on some on some real shit, they should fuck around doing verses now. Shit, after all this shit that done popped off, hell, we got diss tracks exchanged. Regardless if it's 50 Cent that if he responded like directly to Ti or if he responded indirectly or if it's just a bar or two, it's still a response. Nonetheless, it's still a response. And shit. So now we got something back and forth between each other and shit like that. So we gotta see where it go from here for real. I don't know where my co-host at, man. Like this motherfucker be the latest nigga in history and shit. He gonna be the type motherfucker to be late to his own funeral. Mark my words, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? I know it's not happening no time soon, but you know, like real shit. But you guys tell me what y'all think when it comes down to the Ti and 50 Cent shit. Like I said, I think is entertainment. I think it's dope. I think that we need more energy like this because, like I said, it's not super disrespectful. We posted a picture of Tiny. Niggas got sensitive about it. A picture of Tiny that been on the internet for years. So it's not like he's went and found some shit, you know what I'm saying, and posted it without permission or some shit like that. He went and probably Googled Tiny Harris And that was one of the top pictures that showed up and shit. So it's nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing to do that to any of these celebrities for real, especially when you live your entire life in the goddamn public eye. They had a whole reality TV show together. So of course there's gonna be some unflattering pictures of Ti 50 and all that type of shit. Hold on, y'all, because it's my birthday, so I normally don't answer my phone on my birthday at all, because I'm not on my birthday while I'm recording. Excuse me, while I'm live, while I'm streaming. But this is my mama calling, so I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer this phone live on the podcast because my mama calling me on my birthday. Thank you, baby. I am live on the Wake and Bake podcast right now. Well, wake and bake it. About the cash app you saw. What should I send it to you or Nicole? Oh, you can send it directly to me. I appreciate that. All righty. Happy birthday. Thank you. Have a lovely one. We're gonna get down there to hang out with you. Thank you, baby. Well, y'all will be up here Tuesday. Yeah. I was letting all your sons know that I was gonna be up there. I was just talking to Jordan. He better get his behind on the pod. I've been waiting for him for the last 15 minutes. Yeah. I talked to my other son yesterday on Facebook. Okay. I know, yeah, he told me this morning. He was on there with some girl. I said, Harpo, who that girl? Who that woman, Harpo? But I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Thank you for saying happy birthday. I would turn the phone towards the camera, but my mama just woke up and I'm not doing her like that. So I'm not gonna do my baby like that. Y'all not gonna have my mama looking crazy out here on these internet streets. All right, baby. I'll call you later. Love you. All right, Nick, I love you. Yeah, so that was my mama. It's my birthday, so that's the only reason why I answered the phone. I never answer the phone while I'm live. Allergy's been whooping my ass all morning too, so the people that's bearing with me, please continue to do so. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, like I said, you guys, if you have any opinions on the 50 Cent and Ti shit, please leave them down below for real, because I would love to hear them. Because I don't think that, like, a lot of people was making this shit bigger than what it is, and I don't think that is that. I don't think it's that deep to 50 at all. It might be it might be a little bit deeper to Tip and his family. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna keep trying to bully my wife. That's completely understandable. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Because she wasn't bothering nobody at all and shit. So I'm not gonna make it seem like she that shit was warranted. But at the same time, it's all entertainment at the end of the day, for real. And that shit got me to thinking, right? So Eric Dyson just came out talking about the whole Drake and Kendrick shit. I think 2-3 years after this shit too, which is starting to get annoying, because now we got dissertations and all that type of shit that didn't need to be had because of your projection, in my personal opinion. So when y'all make this the Kendrick and Drake shit, just only for a little, I'm not gonna harp on this shit too long either, y'all. I promise. But when y'all make that motherfucking Drake and Kendrick shit about color, and I'm talking about like dark skin versus light skin, y'all are fucking projecting. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. That was never the fucking case. The case was Kendrick was saying that Drake is a Canadian Jewish motherfucker that grew up over there, that's trying to cosplay a Black American and a Black American life and experience. That's what he say. That's what he meant by not being like us. Not that you're fucking light-skinned. Like, what is wrong with y'all niggas, bro? Like, this shit really is annoying, bro. Because like, since day one of since that narrative started to pop off, because people kept saying, how can Kendrick talk about Drake when he has a light-skinned wife? Because he's not talking about his fucking complexion. He's not talking about this nigga. He's not talking about this nigga being light-skinned. He's talking about this nigga not being African American. He's talking about this nigga not being of our culture. The reason why niggas don't and can't use that shit on the motherfucker like J. Cole is because he grew up in North Carolina. in the hood. You know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up in the middle class, fucking suburban Jewish community in Canada. That's the whole purpose and point of what Kendrick was trying to portray, like get y'all motherfuckers to understand. Not that this motherfucker is light skinned. Like, what is wrong with y'all niggas, bro? Like that, it's like that shit really pisses me off and shit. And then he said he had a conversation with Jay-Z. You know what's so funny? I watched that video about him explaining the conversation with Jay-Z. And the first thing he said is, I don't like to talk about the conversations I have with Jay-Z because he's my friend. And that's how we've been able to stay friends this long, because I don't talk about our conversations. And then goes on to talk about the conversation. like, come on, bro. If you need some engagement, just say you need engagement. That's all it is. That's all it is. But to try to use an old narrative from a battle that's been, you know what I'm saying, that's 3 years old, I think that shit is so corny. I think that shit's so corny for real. In my humble opinion, of course. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to get this shit. I didn't want to get on here and talk about a beef, you know what I'm saying, something that happened 3 years ago and shit, because we should be well past that. Drake fans and hip hop fans in general should be anticipating the Iceman album to see and hear what Drake has to say and how he's coming. Pause, no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? After the whole beef and shit like that, just like they anticipated the fall off. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can't really say they anticipated GNX because the way that Kenny dropped that shit, it just dropped like that. But bro, I promise y'all, yo, like the way y'all be acting with these celebrities is fucking weird, man. And I ain't even talking about the fans at this point. I'm talking about other quote unquote celebrities and shit. Like y'all motherfuckers is weird. Like, oh, I don't normally talk about the conversations I had with Jay-Z, but let me tell you about this conversation I had with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? like I'm done with that type of shit, boy. Like y'all gotta stop that for real when it comes to projection. Because like I said, I think that anybody that feel that type of way, y'all projecting the shit. If you can't get the message on what he was saying, then it wasn't meant for you. You fucking weirdo. But we gonna move on, man. I don't know where the fuck Jay Will at. We might actually fuck around and do a whole podcast without this nigga. But we're gonna move on and talk about what's been going on in the sports world. And one of the biggest, I ain't gonna lie, I can't say biggest because it was a trade that happened fucking yesterday. That's probably the biggest trade of the off season. But one of the most impactful trades of the all season is the goddamn Kansas City Chiefs trading Trent McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams for I think they're because the Rams had 2 first-round picks this year, and I think they gave up their later pick in the first round for him, and they might have gave up some other extra picks for him also. But I think that is a great fucking trade, and I think that's a trade that, and it's so funny because I called Jay Will instantly when that shit happened. And, what pisses me off, and I told him, I say this to any fan, as if you guys don't know, I am a Dallas Cowboy fan, but I say this to anybody that's a fan of a team that's has an organization that's being ran properly, that I'm fucking jealous of any team, you know what I'm saying, that's making moves that's actually going to help their team be better and shit. So, because Dallas doesn't do shit like that often. You know what I'm saying? They might try to here and there, but they don't consistently make moves that's trying to make their team better. Uh, if anything, Jerry Jones make moves that try to make the headlines rather than making his team better. But Trent McDuffie did get traded to the Los Angeles Rams, and I think that's a perfect move for the Los Angeles Rams, who had issues last year in their secondary, especially at the cornerback position. Um, him coming in, especially when you got a motherfucker like JSN and your goddamn division, you need an all pro at corner. You're gonna need at least one all pro at corner if you got a motherfucker like Jackson Smith and Jigba in your division. So I think that's a really good move for the Rams. If they gave up more than a first round pick, I think whatever they gave up was worth getting Trent McDuffie, because they need an all pro at corner. And I think they still can go, you know what I'm saying, defense or DB, you know what I'm saying, early in the draft, depending on who's available. Of course, Jay Will, if he was here, could give y'all a lot more information about the Rams, being as though he's a Los Angeles Rams fan. But I think that move in particular was actually a really good move for that franchise. That was one game away from the Super Bowl last year. On some real shit, like still has a pretty good window. I know that Matt Stafford is a year older, but Matt Stafford just won the motherfucking MVP also. So so I actually think that their window is still I'm saying, wide open for them to have another chance or two at a Super Bowl. I'm talking about with Matt Stafford as quarterback because and I hate saying this because it's gonna come true and I'm gonna be mad when it comes true, but I also like being right. So in a couple years, if you know what I'm saying, if not at the end of next year, but in a couple years, Dak Prescott will be the quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams. And they will be in the Super Bowl with Dak Prescott out of one of the years he played. And that's going to piss me off as a Dallas Cowboy fan. That's going to piss me off, not because I'm not a Dak, I'm a huge Dak Prescott fan. It's not because of that, you know what I'm saying, I have any issue or quarrel with him. It's because Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? When your players go away, they end up winning the fucking Super Bowl. CC DeMarcus Ware, CC DeMarcus Lawrence that just did it recently with the goddamn Seattle Seahawks. So hopefully that shit, you know what I'm saying, doesn't happen. But I'm letting y'all know now. Y'all heard it here first when it do happen for real. But like I said, the Rams made a great decision by picking going to get Trent McDuffie. I think they should double down on the DBs and get another one in the draft. But like I said, Jay might have a better or different opinion because he know his team's needs a little bit more, a little bit better than I do, a lot better than I do. Shit, I ain't gonna front. But at the end of the day, the Rams made a smart decision by going to get Trent McDuffie for real. And then we had the trade of the offseason, if you ask me, which is Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders getting traded to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 first-round picks. I believe it will be the 2026 pick and next year 2027 pick, first-round pick. And Dallas was in the running to get Max Crosby. It's been reported that Dallas was willing to give up a first round pick, a second round pick, and a player. Oh, here we go. Finally, this motherfucker shows up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to start being like James Brown and start adopting niggas. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to start being like James Brown and 25 cents every time you late, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
What's happening?
What's the deal? What's the deal? See, I was just talking about the Rams and the Trent McDuffie shit. So before I move any further into the Max Crosby shit, we do have a Rams, you know what I'm saying, fan here that can give you a little bit more insight into that trade and how impactful that is for his. Because I said that y'all guys should double down with that second first round pick and still get a DB. If like you know what I'm saying, the best available, of course, but and still get a DB in the first round and shit. What you think? First of all, what's up, Jay Will? You know what I'm saying?
It was happening, yo. Man, what's going on, fam? We back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. It's all good, man. How's everybody, man? What's up with you, bro? I'm a little late to the joint. No, we have some difficulties.
I'm chilling. I was talking mad shit about you until you showed up, but I'm chilling.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna tell me.
Yeah, mom called through. I had you know what I'm saying, I had mom on the live. She called through. Wish me a happy birthday and shit. Yeah. I told her that you was late as usual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, listen, you gotta be patient with our people.
Oh, shit. The patience run thin with your ass, nigga.
Hey, man, y'all need me in here, man. Y'all need me in this joint.
But yeah, we talking Trent Duffy, and well, we was talking just the trades in general. But I do want your opinion on the Trent Duffy and Kansas City. I mean, LA. You know what I'm saying? Trade.
Well, I mean, honestly, it was everything, man. It's exactly where we fell short at last year. You know what I mean? And because I'll put it to you like this. You know, if for instance, we'll use Puka and we'll use JSN as for an example.
Right.
As close as that was, the only difference with them and us, they had an all-pro corner over there who couldn't do nothing with Puka.
Yeah.
So, and the games were always close. So now you're telling me we're going to add somebody that's probably not going to stop JSN, but he's definitely going to slow that. He's going to slow him down.
Well, that's
and
what I
that's
said.
all we need.
When you got a receiver like JSN, you need at least one All Pro corner. You need at least one of them. You know what I'm saying? You need at least one that you can feel comfortable putting them on an island with JSN and just being like, you know what, you stay over there. Everybody else, you know what I'm saying, don't worry about it. Not saying that
Right.
he's going to win all the time, but at least you feel comfortable doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, for sure. So I'm definitely excited for it. I'm not even mad what we gave up. We gave up one of our first round picks, the 29th
Right.
pick. We gave up a 5th round this year, a
Okay.
6th round, and a
Okay.
2027 third round pick, which I think is for a 25-year-old, 2-time Super Bowl champ, 2-time All Pro at the age of 25. Yeah, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing
I
wrong
will
with
take
that at
that.
all. I think that's fair trade for real for that because I think that y'all might have gave up less for than what the Ravens gave up for Max Crosby and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We gave up less than what I want to say we gave up less than what the Colts gave up for Sauce Gardner.
Oh, I think so too. I think the Colts
Yeah,
gave up 2 first rounds, didn't
yeah.
they? Yeah,
And
yeah.
if I'm not
So
mistaken, we also got a 5th round pick back from that deal. If I'm not mistaken,
okay, okay,
so we know we still got a draft pick back anyway. So it's really we probably got a later 5th round pick. Then we got a
right.
6. So yeah, honestly, I think it was a great trade for us, bro. It's one of those pieces, man. If you ever look at since 2017 when we got Sean McVay, anytime we've acquired an All Pro, oh yeah, Smoking Bud Shop, definitely go check that out.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
we get y'all a nice little hat, a nice little shirt, whatever you want is up there.
yeah,
Just trust me.
for sure. My joint in the mail, I finally got it, but I gotta wait for it to come.
Word, no
but
doubt.
but yeah. So anyway, yeah, from a key to lead, Marcus Peters, Jalen Ramsey, they've all
Right.
made trips to the Super Bowl with the Rams.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's a
mean?
fact.
So whenever we have that All Pro corner, it's usually and you combine that with having a star player, like a Jared Verse, Byron Young, Fisk Young, and you have
Right.
that type of front, it usually adds to a Super Bowl trip for us. You know
That's a
what I
fact.
mean? Obviously, we got an MVP quarterback.
And that's what I was saying. Like you still have an MVP quarterback.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I
one of
think,
the
like I
best
say, I
coaches in
think
the
that
league.
this sets the Rams up really good for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? For
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of more
Mm-hmm.
years. And like I said, so like my whole thing is I think y'all guys should double down with that extra first round pick and get another guy, a DB. So what's your opinion on that?
So this is what I'll say real quick. It's really easy. At 11, the Miami Dolphins pick. At 12, the Cowboys pick. We pick at 13.
Right.
I believe all 3 teams are in search of a corner, where at least it's high on their list of things to go after.
Right.
So I mean personally, I think as far as the overall package, I do feel that Gerard McCoy, cornerback from Tennessee, is the best prospect, especially when you look at that man. That boy got NFL ball skills already. I don't
Word.
know
No
if
doubt.
you checked him out or if you haven't,
No, I haven't. Yeah.
look for this kid, Gerard McCoy.
Word.
Obviously, he in last season in January, well, not this past season, but in 2024, he suffered I believe a knee injury, ACL. So he missed pretty much. He missed the whole season. But if
Okay.
you look at what he was doing, if he would have played this year, he would have been a lock for top 10. He'd have
No
been
doubt.
right up there with I would say, what's my man name? Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs,
As
yeah.
being as far as being a lock for being a top 10 pick. So he's one person, and I would like to say my man who had a crazy year at LSU, Mansour Delane, the corner out of LSU. He's
Right.
definitely he had I think I want to say he only gave up 13 catches
Crazy.
all season, and
Crazy.
mind you, I believe out of the 13 catches, it was never multiple on the same team. So he might have been able, like, it may be at best maybe one catch, maybe two a game. So you know
Okay.
what I mean? Like he had a hell of a year too. So honestly, I'll take either one of them because
Yeah, I ain't
that
at
would
that.
take one of our biggest needs. Honestly, our team was spectacular last year. I just think, and it wasn't even our safety play. And on top of that, yeah, we definitely extended Cam Curl 3-year
Yeah, I
deal.
saw,
We
yeah.
extended Tyler Higbee 2-year deal. You know what I mean? Our safety play was good. It was just the corners on the outside. So I think if we can
I
fix
agree
that,
with
we
you.
have we got our mic. With Nate Lampman. Our front. You already know what our front do, but it's really just getting that outside corner, having that lockdown guy. So when we're going out or going out of town, or they come into us and they have that number one, we have somebody where now we don't have to play as much zone. Now we know we have somebody that can follow these guys around and slow them down. A lot of times, because as good as that defense was in Seattle, the thing the thing that really took them over the top was the fact that at certain points when they needed to score, they were able to.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
It was a good defense, but let's be honest. Like they were able to score when they needed to. They didn't have to be excellent because the defense was good. They just needed to score. So now I feel like us by having that, and if we can draft a corner in the first round, one of the first or second best corner in the draft, that's an immediate upgrade for what we're trying to do, man. So I think it definitely puts us in the top three. You know what I mean? As far as expected to win it all next year, man. So we
I have
definitely
to agree
start
with
this
you.
off season off correct. We starting
I
it off
have to
the way
agree
we
with
thought we
everything you
could. You know what
said.
I mean?
No, that's a
I
fact. I
appreciate
have.
our coach, our general manager, and our owner, for not messing us up or
So look, I was explaining
holding
to
us
the
back.
people that was watching before I started talking about this. I was talking to Jay Will about this, and I said one of my biggest things, and I said I'm sound like a hater when I say this, but I really mean this to my core, that I'm jealous of anybody with a competent GM or you know what I'm saying, owner and shit, motherfuckers that
Uh,
actually want to see their team get better and not just be talked about. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So like, I'm really jealous of that shit because like niggas like the Rams and their GM or the Eagles and their GM always making shit happen for their team, and we just got to sit back and watch and shit. So
Yeah. Shout out to
I
Lynn
just don't
Snead,
like that
man.
shit. Yeah, let's sneeze.
Probably one of the
Don't
best
give a fuck
GMs in
about
the
the pick.
game.
Let's sneeze said
One
we
of the
got two
best
first round picks. Oh
GMs.
yeah, he said you know
Of,
one of them motherfuckers is not staying.
yeah,
He
yeah.
said,
We don't need all these motherfuckers. Yeah,
he
yeah.
said we
No, we
got
got
two
too
of them.
many as it
Oh,
is. One too many
that's
as it is,
I'm
cuz.
about to say he damn near said that's too many. Shit.
Yeah, one too many first round picks for him. All right, you know what I mean. So
Facts,
two of them. Oh, nah, one of y'all got to go.
fact,
You
for
know what I mean. So
real.
listen, all this came from a deal that we did that we traded to the Falcons, which was a 22nd pick. We were able to turn that into the 13th pick. We were able to take our 29th pick and goddamn turn it into
A
all pro
two-time All
corner.
Pro. Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
listen,
hey
man.
man, look, that's what happens when you have a GM that actually want to win. When you have an owner that actually want to allow the GM to do the job. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not like that where you at.
nah, I ain't been like that in a long time where I'm at, partner.
Mm. Oh
I
no.
don't think it's ever been like that where I'm at, my nigga. we don't we don't know those
I
things over
mean,
here, partner.
I mean, life is good.
Well,
You know what I mean?
what's
I really
T'Challa say
felt
to
like,
the
hmm,
motherfucker when he came to what kind of we don't do that here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
don't do that
yeah, bro. Like,
here, partner. We don't
I
do that
mean, like,
here. Yo, man,
yeah, man.
listen, I was not prepared. I was not prepared to have that shit, but I had the pod. I'm a Spurs. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go live after the pod. We're gonna all smoke together. You feel me? I'm gonna go live after the pod. Y'all make sure y'all come back. We all gonna smoke together. You hear me? For real. But
Man.
roll one up for your boy. It's your boy birthday. You feel me? Roll one up. Put one in
Yeah,
your
man.
air. Put one in the
For
air for your
sure, man.
boy.
You definitely happy birthday to my brother New Jersey Preem.
I appreciate you, my
Goddamn,
nigga.
goddamn, the oldest young nigga I
For real.
know.
For real. Listen, I've been knowing this nigga since I was like 12 years old, nigga. 11, 12 years old, nigga.
Word.
I had
You
a
know what I mean?
beard
But
ever
for
since I
real.
met this nigga.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a
I had
fact.
a full connected beard ever since I met this motherfucker, boy.
Yeah. I didn't know his purpose to be on the bus stop, yo. I really did not. I didn't know who parent he was.
Said, who big ass brother is this?
Man. Mm.
Who dad about
But
to
yeah,
whoop
happy
my
birthday though, my
ass?
brother. For
I
sure,
appreciate
man.
you, man, for real.
Another year, man. Around the
Yes,
sun, brother.
sir. Yes, sir.
But
But
boy.
we had another trade that was just as big, if not bigger, than the Trent McDuffie trade that happened basically yesterday, this morning. I don't know when it happened. I just
Yeah.
woke up and saw the shit. And, it is goddamn Max Crosby. I talked about it a little bit before Jay came in, but it's Max Crosby
Mm.
to the
The
goddamn
Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens for 2 first round picks, the first round this year and the first round next year. I don't know if it's more. I don't know if they, you know what I'm saying, they got more than that, or if it was just the 2 first round picks. Um, I don't
Well, let me
know.
ask you this. Not to cut you off, but how would you grade the move by the Los Angeles Rams?
I would grade that an A, if not an A plus. I think that was a perfect
Okay.
move. You don't miss nothing. You didn't give up, in my opinion, you didn't give up much. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys draft good too. That's another thing that we didn't talk about. So even the picks that y'all guys gave up, the other round picks, I'm pretty sure y'all hit on one of them at least. And if you could, I always feel like if you could hit on a real later round pick once a year, you're drafting great. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys, you know what I'm saying, you guys do that at least one. Puka Nakua was a 5th round pick, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
So right, so I think you guys, just based off of how you guys are ran, how you guys draft,
Mhm.
A+ in my opinion, because y'all filled the need with the All Pro, and y'all still have another
Mhm.
1st round pick to play around with. Hell, y'all might
Yeah.
use that to trade up in the draft. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so it's like,
I wonder what that training camp was going to be crazy. 'Cause you know McDuffie and Puka Nakua was
oh
teammates
yeah,
before he
they
transferred to BYU.
right,
They both was at
okay,
Washington. So
word,
you know what I mean. That I'm sure that they're familiar for sure. I seen
hell yeah,
Puka definitely commented on that. So it's going to be a good training camp, man. But the reason
hell
I
yeah.
only brought that up because we was going into the Max Crosby, and I wanted to know as we spoke about that, and what's the grade on that trade as well.
Based off of team needs, I know the Baltimore Ravens defense was basically ass last year. But and look at the Dallas Cowboy fan calling somebody defense ass. I know, right? But but, the point I'm making is I don't think that was your biggest need. I think your biggest need is a true number one fucking receiver in goddamn Baltimore, bro. I'm sorry. And it's been like that since forever. It's been like that since for fucking ever in Baltimore, bro. Who, Derek Mason? Like, come on, bro. Who is the last number one receiver? Anquan Bolden? Like, who was the last number one receiver in Baltimore? Like, real number. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Real number one that you game planning for.
Jesus. Well, you know what? That's so. I think that's a part of what happened. Was they have a new head coach? I forgot the gentleman. What you got his name? The head
Mm-mm.
coach.
Nope. I forgot.
Well,
I even forgot they don't have Harbaugh. I forgot he with the Giants.
yeah, right. Because I think they have an identity, and a lot of their identity is run the ball and play
Right.
defense. So a lot of time, I think that stopped them from having premier wide receivers come in. And I
Or
don't even know if
success in the
that's ever
playoffs.
been their focus with even drafting good. No, they've had tight ends from the Mark Andrews back to Todd Heaps, Shannon
Sorry, right,
Sharps
yeah.
in the past. But wide receiver has never really been the thing for him. Maybe older all pro guys that were a little older, like you said, the Derek Masons, if y'all remember
Right,
who that is, or the
right.
Anquan Bolden and stuff of that nature. So but me, again, I don't know what the grades you giving it. Me personally, I think you just said what thing you said again.
I'll give it like a C.
C.
Yeah.
Wow, god damn.
Yeah. Because I don't think he's and I'm not trying to sound like I'm hating because
C.
I love Max, but I don't think that he was that important to the Baltimore Ravens as he would have been to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I think that they should have been focusing on making sure that Lamar Jackson had the weapons that he needed because that's been the issue for
Mm-hmm.
them longer than the defense has been. And shit.
Right. So me
Let's say
personally, I'm gonna give
I
it
say
a.
B minus. B minus. I ain't gonna say C.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? B
I'm gonna get
minus.
no, but me personally, I kind of got to side with you a little bit, right? So because I'm gonna give it a B, maybe a B, close to a B plus, but maybe
Okay.
I feel comfortable with a B. Only because it is Max Crosby at the
Of
end of it.
course.
No,
Right.
fuck
Yeah.
it, B plus, because he is
Right.
Max Crosby.
Right.
He's a double digit sack guy. He's going to help that defense, and ultimately that was one of the issues with Baltimore. When we talk about their identity, it's been no run the ball,
Right. Play defense.
defense. But the problem was last year the defense was not very existent. It
Especially in the
wasn't as
second half of
effective.
games. Right.
Right. And a lot of that is because they were not able to create the pressure. They weren't that defense wasn't as ferocious as we know it to be in years past,
Right.
or past generations. So I think you have to start with having somebody who can, like, kind of do what, who's their Terrell Suggs,
Right. Right.
who's
I
their
get what
guy
you're
on
saying.
that D line,
Who's going to be the
who
guy that
you
you
know what I
game
mean,
plan on the for on the D line? I understand what you're saying.
right? You know
Yeah.
what I mean, like they went and got Roquan Smith a couple seasons ago,
Right.
but ultimately, he's an off-ball linebacker. I want him to be in a primary position where Yeah, he has to drop back and cover, but I really want him to, seek and destroy. You know what I mean? I need
Right.
him to identify, find the ball, go get the ball, tackles for losses. Think, I don't want him holding back and him having, to cover for a long period of time because guys are not being able to get pressure. We're not being, able to, throw the quarterback off their timing and all things go to hell. Football is really one in the trenches on both sides.
Right.
So another reason I'm giving it a B or B plus, man, that right side of that offensive line, bro, they have not done Lamar any favors. I feel like
The tackle and the guard. The tackle and the
bro,
guard, bro.
bro,
Especially that motherfucking guard, boy.
bro. What are we doing? Like you gotta protect, we gotta protect Lamar. Um, so I guess from that standpoint, I feel like it's like now or never, because you weren't going to get an offensive line of the same talent level of Max Crosby. So it's kind of like
Right,
a
yeah.
player of that talent. You got to go get him when he is available.
Right.
He is going to help the defense, which means he's going to help the second level, and he's going to help guys like they have a lot of really good players over there, especially in that backfield. But I
That
mean,
is true.
when
That
you
is
have,
true.
what's the young safety,
Kyle
Starks,
Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
You still got Marlon Humphreys, the vet in the back
Right.
there. So at all three levels, they have all pros now. So sometimes a one piece like that, it can bring everything together. You know what I mean? So I think that's what the ultimate goal is. If we
I
can get
can't
somebody,
debate that. I think that's a great point that you made, bro. I like really.
yeah.
I just feel like we've seen that before. We've seen y'all defense be really good, but then the offense don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't have a fucking playmaker besides Lamar. You know what I'm saying? And now we having protection issues with Lamar. So it's like, is it he? I'm not gonna say regress, but he might have a down year because the fact that he can't be protected, and then he don't have a true number one target. I like Zay Flowers. I really like Zay Flowers a lot. I'm not game planning for Zay Flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you need a true number one target for this guy. Like, he's the only, in my opinion, he's the only quarterback that we consider elite. You know what I'm saying? That never had a number one target, a number one receiver. Of course, he had Mark Andrews. You know what I'm saying? And Isaiah Likely and shit. But I'm talking about like a guy on the outside that demands that type of coverage, that rolls the coverage to their side and shit like that. He haven't had one of those guys and shit.
They never do though. And
That's a fact. But like with this new regime coming in, you have the opportunity to change the culture in Baltimore rather than sticking to the same shit that has been going on for the last 20 years.
Well, what I'm saying is, think about it. You tell me the last quarterback, and don't get me wrong, Lamar has improved so much since his rookie year. And this is a guy they told him to change his position. Right. I am so glad he stood on all 10. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And he stick to his game. He's a hell of a quarterback.
Facts.
But because of his, other than Lamar Jackson, you tell me another quarterback in past that reminds you of Lamar.
Vic.
And what was his receivers like?
I mean, the best receiver he had was Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, but that was like,
Yeah, I mean, Vic was still pretty good with Deshaun Jackson. But I get what you're saying. Roddy White was pretty damn good, but he ain't have him for long. He was going after maybe 2 seasons with our year with him.
I mean, the most noticeable guy I can think is like Peerless Price.
Yeah, and his guy was Algie Crumpler and shit. If you want to go to Cam, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. A lot of these guys, mobile guys, have tight ends as they guy rather than
because you got to understand most receivers don't want to go and play with those type of quarterbacks.
But it's crazy though, because when you think like, all right, so think about that, because I think that's a common misconception. Because statistically, he's a better passer than half of the quarterbacks that y'all would want to go play with. He got a better completion percentage, got a better QBR. He's completing balls down the field at a higher rate. All that. I'm talking about Lamar Jackson. I'd love to compare him to Josh Allen, since motherfuckers like to say that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league. Lamar Jackson's stats, career-wise or even season-wise. I'm talking about his season that he didn't win an MVP and Josh Allen won an MVP. He was whipping Josh Allen in every statistical category. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's the perception of the fact that he's a quote unquote run first, even though Josh Allen has more yards and more rushing touchdowns than
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson and shit like that. He's a run first quarterback that makes you. I'm not saying you in particular, but I'm saying in general, makes you believe that receivers don't want to go play with him, but you would believe that receivers would want to go play with Josh Allen, and that's what I'm saying. I think that Lamar not only due to public perception and the media perception, but due to his own coaching is getting fucked
mm,
over because they looking at him the same way. In my opinion, they looking at
right.
it the same exact way. Oh, nah, he's a playmaker. He don't need that guy on the outside. You know, I would say he can make play. He can
Right.
make this shit happen and shit like that. But don't you think that it
Good.
would be a lot easier for him if he had that guy on the outside? And look, you don't
Right.
always have to go get somebody or trade them. But I'm saying focus on these motherfuckers in the drafts too.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of times, obviously, we know he's never going to get high enough because as long as you got Lamar, you do have a chance.
Right, yeah, you're gonna be a
So
perennial
because
playoff team.
right, so the
Right.
guys who are going to be the difference makers in these drafts are not probably going. Now, don't be wrong. This draft is it's a lot of receivers in this draft.
Yeah, I
So the
noticed.
one thing I think, if you need a receiver in this draft class, you'll be able to get a really, really good one. I mean, all throughout the draft, but the first 3 rounds, there are going to be some guys. Running
yeah.
backs, the same. Running backs, same thing. There's a lot of those guys. If you wait to the later rounds and you're willing to like kind of work with them, develop them, it's
Right.
going to be a good year. Because you think guys like Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen ain't going to the 3rd round, and them boys was monsters at Penn State.
Right.
So you know, like if we didn't spend I would want us to go get one of them. It's going to be a good draft for wide receivers for sure. So
Word. Now,
so
Lamar
you
Jackson
go ahead.
IG posts. Thank you. Lamar just posted himself in the locker room with one of his coaches saying, "Thank you, Jesus." So, I
Uh-huh.
mean, I'm pretty sure he's excited about having
Right.
Mike Crosby on his team. You know what I'm saying? In his eyes,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he would grade it an A plus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
because
but let me tell you something. Everybody, not to cut you off, but everybody always, what's the best friend of a quarterback? Is it a receiver? Is it a running back?
running
Is it
game,
the
right?
offensive
Right.
line? Man, it's the goddamn defense. Make my job. Guess what? When I score, I don't want them to score, and I gotta come out here and do work again.
I don't want to go blow for
If,
blow, band for band and shit. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
exactly. I need you guys to go out there and shut it down, pin your ears back, and go get that quarterback. Because as long
right.
as I'm standing up and he on the ground, it is a good day. You
I see
understand?
that.
That's how you do it. And I think again, that's why I said B plus. I think it's fair because there's other needs, and you said receiver, offensive line, but maybe because of how spectacular Lamar is, they'll still be able to create some offense. It's just can we stop them from scoring?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
with that, I'll give them a B plus.
I ain't mad at that. I'm gonna stick with my B minus just because I'm not gonna be talked off the ledge and shit. But but I'm not mad at it. If anything, as a person of a team that was in the running for him, I'm kind of jealous that they got him. I'm glad that my team didn't give up the haul that they gave up for him. Like I said before you came on, I
Mhm.
was talking about what Dallas had offered for him, which was this year's first round, next year's second round. No, this year's first and second round, and Osa Odigizua, this shit, our defensive
Yeah.
tackle, and they
And
wasn't
real
going for it.
quick, again, just to kind of get this before we go too far off the thing with Lamar and Josh Allen, because we don't have anyone to research our stats. We still have to
Right,
do it ourselves.
right,
Um,
right.
so now the thing with Josh Allen as a receiver, I'm assuming you want the opportunity. Josh Allen was 11th in passing attempts as
Right.
far as quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson was 23rd.
Lamar, well, we talking last year, right?
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson missed 6 games last year too.
Yeah, that is true. He definitely did miss those many games,
Well,
but
5 or 6.
nonetheless,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that is a very good point actually. But nonetheless, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if there's too many guys ahead of him that he would have out through anyway. To be honest with you,
Well, and that's
it
based off of your weapons too, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's based
because I
off of
mean,
the type of team you have, and are you willing to throw the ball that many times and put it in harm's way if you don't have motherfuckers that's, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
explosive enough to get
because
open?
Yeah, because it's like Daniel Jones played 13 games just like Lamar, and Daniel Jones is number 18.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes played just as many games. Patrick Mahomes is 12.
Yeah. I mean, that
So
makes sense though, because it was Patrick Mahomes. That's Patrick Mahomes' game. I'm gonna toss this bitch down the fucking field.
yeah, yeah,
like,
for sure. Yeah,
like,
for sure.
but Patrick
But
also
ultimately,
you know what I'm saying? Patrick also led his team in rushing this past year. You know what I'm saying? So
and
it's like,
still had the passing attempts. So
right.
Lamar does have to be an offense, but he does put that ball because let's
But
be
I think
honest,
that
he
you got to
missed
have
some
the offense
games.
built for that nigga to do that.
Mhm.
That shit. Like I look at it like this too, because if you're averaging, in my opinion, when you got a running back that's as good as Derrick Henry, you want to average at least 16 rushes a game. You know what I'm saying? 15
Mhm.
to, you know what I'm saying, around that area a game and shit with your running back and shit. And then you got your quarterback that can also rush, so you want to throw that, you want to sprinkle that shit in there too. You don't have nobody, bro. Think about it. When you got a rushing game like that and you ain't got nobody that can get downfield for a play action pass, you know what I'm saying? Like Flowers is an
Okay.
intermediate guy. You know what I'm saying? He's more after the catch type of guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be over the top
Um.
on you.
Well,
Um
I
um
think you do
uh,
have a point. You do have a point. I think the offense it's not maybe a Lamar thing, but
yeah,
it is
no,
an offense
I
thing.
think it's the scheme.
Yeah, yeah. They have to give him a better opportunity because, like you said, even without the weapons, because Josh Allen didn't have the receiving weapons he was used to last year, and for him to
Right.
still be number 11, it shows the way that offense was set up. They're going to throw the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he didn't have any receiving weapons either. So they have to set up that offense because then you gotta think too, because how much are they giving the ball to Derrick Henry? You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's another thing. It's like I can see why maybe receivers don't go. Like, it's a lot of things that combine. I think it's the offense, but I also think receivers don't see themselves going there and feeling like they have to, especially the real like the premier guys. Because let's be honest,
Right.
they're not trying to be down the field blocking for Lamar or somebody or Derrick Henry
Nah,
trying to run.
I feel you. I feel you.
You dig what I'm
I feel
saying?
you.
I don't want. I'm not here to block. I'm here to get open and catch passes.
Right. But like I said, I
Hopefully
think
90 catches. You know what I
right.
mean? And I just don't feel
I
that
think if he had
with
somebody that he could do that with, they would be able to get the 90 catches plus. You know what I'm saying? A year. I don't think that like,
mm,
but
it's
but like,
rough though.
let me say it like this. I think that Lamar would love to have somebody like that. I don't know if the team would scheme it. You know what I'm saying? In the same way that any other team would and shit like that.
Mm,
But I think Lamar would love to have a true number one receiver that he can count on the outside and shit like that. But I do agree with you also that I don't think that the team is like building, like not necessarily building, but scheming their offense in that particular way. They want to be able to
right.
control the ball on the ground. And honestly, they running like them running the ball so much makes it seem like they have a bad defense. Like try to keep the defense off the, you know what I'm saying, off the field and shit
Well,
and control the clock and shit like that.
like yeah, but I think it works for him, right? So let's just hope that Matt Crosby, because they can score, but we also know running you can control the ball. So we
Yeah,
just have to be able to score and stop you guys from scoring.
facts.
I don't ever think Lamar is going to have, unless Stephon Diggs, who was currently released, which we'll talk about.
Word.
I'm sorry, decides he wants to go to Baltimore. He is from the area. He's a Baltimore, Maryland native, so maybe
Yeah,
that would be a
facts.
place for him. That I would like to see that, but it's just not set up. I feel like because even when Derrick Henry was in Tennessee, I mean, you might have had 1,000-yard receiver, but
AJ
your
Brown.
quarterback wasn't right. But your quarterback wasn't
Right.
impactful the way Lamar is. So I
Right.
feel like Lamar and Derrick Henry together, it doesn't leave a lot of space for a JSN, a Jamar Chase type of receiver. You dig what I'm saying? The way the offense is going to move.
Well, that's why I say I think they should. This was the perfect opportunity to change the culture in Baltimore. Once you had, you know what I'm saying, new coaches and
Oh,
new staffs
Jesse,
coming in.
isn't his name Jesse Mentor? The Mentor, that's the coach.
I still don't
I
fucking know.
believe. I have no fucking idea. Well, I believe that's him, if I'm not mistaken.
Word. But this was the
All
perfect
right.
opportunity to try to change that type of culture, in my opinion. To try to
Mm-hmm.
go from a run first team to be a more explosive offense because you have an explosive player at quarterback. You would think that you would want to have, and he's a pretty damn good down the field thrower too. Like Lamar can throw that bitch down the field.
He's
You feel me?
I
So
mean,
it's
the
like you would
guys.
want, in my opinion, you would want to have somebody to stretch the defense out or to be you know what I'm saying, one of those athletic type of receivers that you can just feel like, hey, if I throw this in you, look, like, and I know niggas is old, but I'm talking about like these type of receivers, like a Mike Evans type of receiver for, you know what I'm saying, Lamar Jackson would be perfect. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right,
Big physical guy that can go up and get the ball, but also he can get busy after the
all
catch too. You know what I'm saying?
right. So let me ask you this then. We just talking about the Bills. DJ Moore.
I think
He
that was a
was
great
recently
pickup.
acquired. What would you give me the grade and why, man? What's the grade you putting
Um,
on that one?
I get that a B plus, and the reason why is because you filled the need that you needed, and I think DJ Moore was no longer the number one in Chicago that went to Roma Tuesday, and like he never really had that chemistry with Caleb and shit. So why not send him somewhere that needs a number one receiver that has a pretty damn good quarterback? One thing we know about Lamar, I mean, Josh Allen, is he's gonna throw that bitch to you. Like if you if you his number one receiver, he gonna throw that bitch to you. He don't give a fuck if you covered or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He gonna throw that bitch to you and shit. So I think that it gives DJ more opportunities to show. No pun intended on more either, but it gives DJ a lot more opportunities to show that he's still a number one receiver. He's still just as good as, you know what I'm saying, he once was. It just wasn't
Right.
fitting in Chicago. And it gives Josh Allen a true number one receiver that he hasn't had since Stephon Diggs left and shit. So I think
Um, what's the grade, man? What's the
I said a B
grade? What we
plus.
got?
I said a B plus.
B plus.
Yeah, B plus.
All right.
Just based off of the needs and the players, I think that's a B plus.
Damn. I think I might go B minus. I'm not gonna lie
Okay.
to you.
Okay.
Maybe not B minus. Maybe a B. I do think it's a good, because again, it does upgrade the receiver position. If you got an elite quarterback, the better, the targets. Because let's be honest, Keon Coleman, I don't know, he
Yeah.
is in the air, man. I don't know how you feel about Keon Coleman, but
Nothing.
I know he better. I
You
know he better than this, bro. I know he's better than this. I think he's going, the young fella. He gonna wake up, and he gonna put a better effort out
and
on that
maybe having
field.
a veteran like DJ Moore that can still
Bingo.
do it. You know what I'm saying? That's a big physical receiver that can show you how to, you know what I'm saying, really play the position, can help him. Because I mean, I love Brandon Cooks, but I don't think Brandon Cooks was there trying to mentor nobody. This motherfucker was just just happy to be out of New Orleans at the time and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And a hot take right now, I would love. I mean, well, maybe I don't know if I would love it, but I think a decent fit. I would like to see Mike Evans actually in Buffalo, only because I don't think he's a number one receiver anymore. But he is. If you could pick any player in the NFL, especially at the receiver position, if you want to talk about consistency
oh yeah, well,
for for over a decade, I
yeah,
think Mike Evans. I don't think it's too many guys better than that, and I
that's a
think
fact.
that's kind of what Josh Allen needs in that receiving game on the outside. Other than guys like Dawson Knox, you need an outside receiver, especially in that red zone. You ain't always got to tuck it and run it yourself.
Yeah,
Being able to throw that back shoulder fade
I'm
to
telling you,
Mike Evans, he done
a
seen
little
that thing
slant
probably
or
a
something. You know what
million,
I'm saying? Right.
bro. Something to kind of between that more, and if Coleman gets it together, and this is your window, Josh Allen. Luckily, I know we said it was your window before, but if they can find a way to get Mike Evans in the Buffalo offensively, you will have one of your best receiving lineups. The tight end is there, the running back
That's a
is there.
fact.
Deion Dawkins, being your basically your personal bodyguard on the
It's a
left
fact. It's a
as your
fact. That's my
left
nigga too.
tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's really there for you. You
That's a
know what I
fact.
mean?
That's
So
a fact.
I think that would be a good. And then not to mention, you want to talk about similar builds between him and Keon Coleman. That's maybe the vet he would need in that locker room to kind of take him under the wing and
Right.
be professional. You know what I mean? Like be professional and learning how to do your job at an all pro level.
Right. The
Somebody
elite
who's
level and
won
shit.
a Super
Yeah.
Bowl. He's played with guys like Tom Brady. He's been
Right.
the mirror of consistency his whole career. So, and
That's a
he was a
fact.
former first round player himself. So he knows what it means to be an elite player. So I think somebody like that will do wonders for that locker room.
I can't disagree with you at all. I feel like DJ Moore is like that on a lesser level. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course,
Yeah,
without all the accolades and, and all that type of
yeah,
shit. I feel like
yeah.
he's a true.
And
I feel like he's a true constant professional without a doubt. You know what I'm saying?
so, so with all that being said, I was talking about a guy that's not even there. So now
Right,
get to DJ Moore.
right.
The thing with DJ Moore is, I mean, just being honest, it's like he's a good receiver, but from Carolina to the Bears, it's to me it's a reason why he gets moved around. I think he's good, but I don't know if he's anything more than good to me personally.
Well, when
I
you,
just don't.
I can agree with that. But if he's just
He's
good
good.
with an elite quarterback, he'd be good. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd be good. Like if he's just
Yeah,
good with an elite quarterback, he'd be straight. I mean, last time he was, you know what I'm
he
saying,
is. Yeah,
good. You know what I'm saying? He had 1,400 receiving yards and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure that he can get back
he
on the
did.
track when he got
When was this?
his
I might
last
have
year,
missed this one.
either the last year or the year before his last year
Carolina or
in Carolina.
Chicago?
Yeah, in Carolina. And shit. I
Okay.
think he only
Who's
had
the
1,000 yards
quarterback?
once in Chicago. And shit. I
Who's
don't even know.
who's the quarterback?
I'm not give
Oh,
fuck.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it might
Yeah,
have
'cause
been
I'm
Baker
trying
or
to think.
Baker or one of the motherfuckers that was there one of them years. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you know what? So, like I said, it might still be a good pickup because we know at the height, he's used to Stephon Diggs,
Right.
right? So is he Diggs in his prime in Buffalo?
Nah.
Right. So
But you don't. I don't think you
so
have to be. I think him being, you know, what I'm saying, the type of guy that he is, he's a guy that can track the ball deep. No, did he can. He's physical. He can. You know, what I'm saying, he's athletic. I think that's a perfect type of. You know, what I'm saying, he's
I
basically
think
everything you said about Mike Evans without the injuries.
I would
Like,
like to see him with another. I would like to see like DJ kind of like in a slot role. But I would like to see another outside receiver and let him maybe play more of a slot type of situation. I would like it then. Like if I
I
knew
don't
y'all
really
were
care
going to
where
go
he
bring
playing
another
at.
receiver, if you get another receiver, you know what I mean. But I don't know. I think that was part of the issue. I felt like maybe in Chicago, and I don't even like the word issue. I just think that Rome Meduze took over kind of as the number one, and I felt like between that,
I
they
think the
got
chemistry between him and Caleb just was never there. Regardless if they're friends or not on, you know what I'm saying, off the field, I think the chemistry on the field just was it never materialized. Like it just they always looked like they was
yeah,
never like it was never a connection there and shit. Like
yeah. I mean, you gotta think like, Cole Komet, goddamn, what's my man, Colton Loughlin, the tight end,
right,
was those running backs,
yeah,
the running backs they had in the
right,
backfield, Jerome Adunze, and they
hmm,
had another all right receiver too.
yeah.
It wasn't just DJ
Wasn't it Burton
Moore,
or some shit like that?
Luther Burton, the rookie, yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. And Luther Burton is a similar size build
Now
to a
before
DJ
we
Moore.
talk about start talking about this shit, that nigga completed 56% of his passes now. Now, hold on.
Who?
Caleb Williams. Hold on now. Before we start talking about how good these receivers and shit was and shit. And they completed
Well, no.
56% of his passes and shit.
Well, it wasn't about the receivers. It was about the tight ends, the running backs, the scheme of the offense. I just don't
Right.
think it was DJ Moore was like that special of a receiver where we felt like, we had to include him. And what if they get whatever the game plan was? We was getting off with a 7th round pick running back boy from Rutgers. We got
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I also
we
feel like
don't necessarily.
if he don't fit the scheme, that doesn't mean that he won't fit the scheme in Buffalo.
I mean,
Or they won't,
but
you know
it
what I'm
was
saying? They
three.
won't scheme him.
It was
They
three
won't scheme him
rookies.
better. Okay.
It was 3 rookies that were more involved that were very much involved in the offense at tight end, receiver, and running back.
Right.
So to me, it sounded like maybe a Ben Johnson call.
Right.
But I would have to question as an offensive mind in Detroit, and not for nothing, he did improve Chicago offensively. So what did he see that he felt like I can do without DJ Moore? That's a
Right.
question. So
I mean,
then
it is a
when
question, but it's not
when
a
you look
question
at
that
DJ
matters.
Moore, again, I
Because
think
we
I
didn't
just
watch.
like it.
I'm about to say we didn't watch players not have good times at other teams and then go somewhere else and you know what I'm saying be a better player. You know what I'm saying? So
No, for sure. All I'm saying is for the DJ Moore, I'm still giving it a B plus. I don't think I said.
B
Well, I'm
minus.
giving it
That's
a
what you
B.
said.
B
Yeah.
minus.
Right.
I just don't know how I
Impactful
don't
is
know
what
how
was.
I don't know how other people feel about DJ Moore.
I get what
I
you're
think
saying.
it would be. I don't feel that DJ Moore is. I mean, how many times, how many seasons when we look at receivers year in and year out, do you be like, oh, you know who I like this year? DJ Moore. And I know you, so I know it ain't very many times, but we're talking about DJ Moore and his ability. And that's why I said when you start bringing all these rookies into the offense and you're the piece that gets moved, it's like, well, how, you know what I mean? Like, how effective are we?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I didn't see nothing wrong with that, especially if you're not trying to pay him. So it's like, yeah, move that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we ain't paying him because like we got lesser, cheaper options that we feel, even if it's not better, it's good.
Yeah,
enough.
All right. His first year in Chicago, he had 1,300 receiving yards.
Okay, 13.
You know he had 3 years in a row where he had over 1,000 yards. That's where the consistency come from in Carolina and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, 3 years for 1,000.
Yeah, and then like the last 2 seasons,
if I'm not mistaken, it's probably just under 1,100.
What in Carolina? Yeah, all of them is around 1,100. Yeah.
Okay, just under 1,100, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
No, all of them is literally 1,100. 11. You know what I'm saying?
All 1,100. Okay.
Yeah, all of them. Is
okay.
1,100. And then the last one is 1,300. And what's the name? His first year in Chicago and shit. And then it's been the year after that. He only spent 3 years in Chicago. Year after that, 966 yards. This past year, 600 and 82 yards and shit. 6 touchdowns. Both of the last 2 seasons and shit. And that's another thing too. He's a big target, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's a big target down in the red zone. He's athletic and shit. Like he can really jump and shit. He's 6 foot 213, but he plays like, you know what I'm saying, bigger. He's athletic, he's jumping, you know what I'm saying?
I thought he was like 5'11".
No, he's
6 foot close enough.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, 6
foot 213, but he plays like he's, you know what I'm saying, he's way more physical than he, you know what I'm saying, than he's portrayed. That's the point I'm making and shit. And I think that you can use that, especially down in the red zone. Like, it's so funny because you said, like, everything that you said about Mike Evans, I feel like DJ Moore is the same type of player. Of course, he's not as accomplished as Mike and shit like that, but I think that he's basically the same type of player. I mean, Mike got 3 inches on him. I think Mike's 6'3" and shit like that. But 6'5"? Damn. I thought he was 6'3" and shit. But I think DJ, especially the way he plays like he's a bigger receiver. You know what I'm saying? He's physical at the catch. You know what I'm saying? He uses his body a lot and shit like that to block off the DBs. And he's athletic enough to go up and get a lot of jump balls and shit like that. So I think,
well, maybe this would be a time where he could probably have a better season when you have a guy like Josh Allen.
That's what I'm saying. When you got an elite quarterback throwing you the ball, make a good receiver even better. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. So if you already saying he's good, I think that he should be good there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, see, this one, Preem, he made me change my opinion a little bit. All right, fair enough.
I wasn't even trying to talk you down. I was just, thinking that.
Nah, you did though. You did. Yeah, so but he should have a good year. So again, I'll give it a B, man. All right.
Any other surprises you think that's going to happen before we get to the combine, or before we get to basically the start of the season and shit?
As far as trades,
trades,
we're in full swing.
We already got a cut.
We're in full swing with trades.
Yeah, we already got a cut with Stephon Diggs being cut from the New England Patriots and shit. So, is there any surprising moves you think that's going to happen, or do you want to talk about that? Because like Stephon Diggs just came off of having 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, balling out in the playoffs and shit like that. But y'all motherfuckers gonna learn about these issues outside of the sports that y'all playing. It's gonna come back to bite y'all in the ass a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come back to bite y'all in the ass a lot. I think that's a good situation for Stephon Diggs, and he might have kind of fucked it up with the issues that he have outside of football. For real. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard people like Shannon Sharp say it a lot. They tolerate you, until they feel they can replace you or they can do without you.
That's a fact.
They were able, they made a Super Bowl run this year.
Yeah.
And yes, he was definitely a big part of how they got there. But we also watched the Super Bowl. He was ineffective, bro. When we needed him to
all
be
of
special.
Them was.
Yeah, for sure.
The entire Patriots
outside of Christian Gonzalez, all y'all was Yeah, it was
Thanks.
bad. It was rough outside of Gonzalez.
Thanks. For
Gonzalez balled
real.
out. But what I will say is, Dick, talent wise, I think he's a good player. But sometimes man, I don't be understanding how your outside life spills onto the field like that. I think something y'all work all y'all life for. Y'all gotta do a better job of protecting.
Protecting it. No bullshit, bro.
Y'all have
For
to do a
real.
way better job of protecting it, not taking it for granted, because those type of things can affect it. Can affect your outside things can affect your life in the NFL, man. I think you just got because he's not a new player, Stephon
No,
Diggs.
hell no.
That's the thing.
He's a tried and true veteran. like
So I mean, some of these issues, you're older, you're older guys. Certain things around you, bro. It's like these are choices you making at this
and
point,
we know that the NFL ain't got no problem blackballing people. So you know what I'm saying. After a while,
especially when they look
they just
like us,
ignore your
bro.
ass. Facts. They just ignore your ass
Yeah,
after a while.
no, it's just no. I mean, it's not even real criticism. It's just but yeah, bro. Like you too talented for that. You gotta protect. You gotta do a better job protecting. That's
No
it, bro.
bullshit.
Know
No
what I mean?
bullshit.
But I think he will not have a shortage of places to land. Like if you
So
think Stephon
that
Diggs
was my
about to
next
have,
question.
oh, go
That
ahead.
was my next question. So no, my next
Mm-hmm.
question to you was basically after all the legal shit is done, do you see him landing anywhere? And if so, where do you see him landing and shit?
Man, listen, that man Stephon Diggs. I just know you better stay in shape, bro. Because if you think you about to have a year off, no, that ain't happening. Bro, you gonna land somewhere, and this might be part of the problem because we know how talented you are. We
Right.
know you're gonna land somewhere. You dig what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are already just saying, you know what, at this point in his career, who doesn't want to play in front of the hometown, right?
Right.
Baltimore, we were just talking about them as far as receivers. I mean, it's apparently y'all all in. I'm right. Y'all traded 2 first-round picks for Crosby, so y'all
Right.
probably don't have a lot of draft
Wiggle
capital. So it's
room.
like,
Right.
why?
Yeah.
Right. So why not, take a swing at, seeing if he can persuade him to come play with Lamar, play at home. You got an all-pro quarterback, running back. You got young Zay Flowers on the opposite side of you. The defense just got a really big upgrade. This might be, maybe you can end up making back-to-back trips to the Super Bowl. This might be you. They might have just got a piece, and you just might be, a cherry on top to add to it. Because now I got a guy that's willing to take those intermediate, a little bit maybe a bigger receiver who can make those catches, who know the hell of a route runner.
Right.
I think it's definitely an addition. I think it helps all people involved. And again, I think it's very little risk, and I think it'd be very rewarding for Lamar to have 2 outside receivers because automatically it's going to update. It's going to upgrade Zay Flowers having that guy
Without a
opposite
doubt.
where he don't have to have no number one corners when he has to play them. So
Without a doubt.
yeah, I think Baltimore would probably be a front runner.
So it's so funny
Um,
because you just said, you know what I'm saying, him growing up in the DMV area, I actually felt like Washington is another team that would be looking
yeah,
to see about what Stefan is doing. They got to think about getting older receivers, especially I just I don't like Debo Samuel, so I'm always going to try to throw a shot at that motherfucker and shit just based off of the shit he used to do to my
nothing
team when he
personal.
was nothing personal. It's just based off of what he used to do to my team when he was with the fucking 49ers and shit.
Yeah,
You
same
know what I'm
here. I'm a
saying?
Rams fan, so
Right.
yeah,
So just not having him on the team is good for me as a Cowboy fan. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
just go ahead and get you a veteran that still got some juice left in the tank for real. That's another thing too. Stephon still can fucking ball. It's not like it's
Right.
not like he just an old nigga that's looking for a job. Like nah, he could
Right.
ball still. He could still produce at a high clip. He still demands your top
Ah,
DB. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
you're right.
Like
Well,
so I think that having him on your squad can really open it up for anybody else that's on there. You know what I'm saying? Like Baltimore is a great fit for him, but it's not just him. I think Jacksonville could look, you know what I'm saying, looking to picking him up. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how he's doing out there and shit like that. There's certain teams that I
right.
feel like that have a younger receiving core that could use him and shit. Arizona, another, you know what I'm saying, place
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like he can go. And speaking of which, because Arizona did release Kyler Murray,
Ooh, yeah,
it,
yeah, man. Listen, that was that's interesting. That is interesting. So how we feel about that, bro?
It was bound to happen. Once last year, once this motherfucker was sitting on the bench healthy last year, and they had Jacoby Brissett starting for the whole season. I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna be back the next season. Like it was over with. It was over with last year. I don't know who we get picks up by. A lot of people say Miami, which I'm like, okay. So it's like,
hey man, that ain't. I mean, if I'm Miami, I mean, I don't know if that's a bad situation.
I know, yeah, give up Tua for a shorter version of Tua.
Nah. You know what? Listen, this is a Ram fan telling you this. He better than Tua, bro. Listen,
I think he is too. Tua, I think he is too.
Tua's problem is Tua. He was in a game where it's like these guys are damn near superhero. He was a regular guy. Nothing. Tua didn't do anything special. Wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the fastest. Didn't have the strongest arm, and unfortunately, he just didn't have an IQ. And the boy got hit a lot. It was nothing really special about Tua other than playing at Alabama. You know what I mean? However you got there.
I think you 100% correct.
Now, Kyler, yes, Kyler is small, but Kyler's a special athlete. If nothing else,
shit, yeah. He like he one of them little bad Tylers and shit that you can't catch.
Yeah.
That's all.
The thing with him is he has to learn to be more disciplined. I think Kyler has a discipline problem, and people don't realize like Kyler was not only. I want to say he was the first overall pick in baseball as well as football.
Yeah, I know he was a top pick in baseball. I don't know if he was first though.
I don't know if maybe he wasn't first, but I know he was a top pick in baseball, like most quarterbacks are.
Yeah.
I knew it was downhill when Cliff Kingsbury and the video game thing came into play. I knew it was downhill for that brother. Unfortunately, when they put the clause about the video game,
when they put in the contract and shit, right.
Yeah, I knew. I said, yeah, he's not very disciplined. And again, we played him a lot. Let's be honest. I was so excited to play the Cardinals. I knew he was going to make his life a living hell every time.
And I'm a complete opposite. Some reason with the Cowboys versus the Cardinals, it shit just been weird lately. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it was, but I just feel like he was just overpaid. I do think there is some talent there, but a lot of it, man, like for Kyler Murray, bro, like what do you want to do? What do you want to be, bro?
Right. Are you serious about actually being a professional football player?
Or do you want to be a gamer, a streamer?
Like,
what are we doing? That's another thing too, because a lot of people have been offered permission to seek trades. Like, yo, y'all gotta keep the main thing. Y'all blessed, bro. Y'all are blessed to play a game that y'all been playing since y'all was kids for free. Y'all making millions. Bro, like y'all look blessed.
I don't see nothing wrong with requesting to request a trade, especially because these motherfuckers can trade you when you don't want to leave. So
no, but that's not the point. But I was really speaking in reference to the Indianapolis Colts with Anthony Richardson.
Okay.
That's what I'm speaking on. Okay. That as well. Me personally feeling like, guys, do not sleep on these blessings, man. I take them a little bit more serious. I feel like, without knowing y'all have a little bit more love for the game than this. I mean, look what it's done for y'all.
Right.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, at certain points you have worked for it because they didn't just invite y'all here, right? Y'all did the work. Right. But as you're going up those levels, you know it has to get more intense. You have to work even harder, especially playing the quarterback position.
That's a fact.
The quarterback position, you damn near a politician. You got
the only issue with the Anthony Richardson shit is y'all drafted this motherfucker and said that he was a project and started that man day one.
That's the other part. Yes, go ahead, keep going. You're right, keep going.
Nah, I'm just saying, like I don't like how they basically set him up for failure, and then you know what I'm saying, and then basically was like, oh, he's a bust, and it's like, well, I was a project to begin with, motherfucker. Like you said it out your own mouth that I was a project. Right. You was going to let me sit and learn the system and learn how to be a professional, and then you started me day fucking one.
Yeah.
And then I started getting concussions because the best thing I could do is use my athletic ability and run because I don't know how to read a defense just yet because I was a fucking project. And then I get injured and I come back and then I get injured again. And then y'all make me come back and then I get injured again. And then y'all go get a whole bunch of old quarterbacks. Y'all make me sit behind them, but they don't teach me shit. They all get Daniel Jones. and y'all say I'm starting before y'all get Daniel Jones, and then that off season y'all said that Daniel Jones is starting, and somehow, some way, I still get injured this year. Like, nah, I think that the Colts fucked him up pretty bad and shit. I mean, he didn't help, but
Yeah, he didn't help.
I think
Yeah.
that they didn't give him a good leg to start off on. Put like that, you know. It's a
Yeah. Again, I think it was two things. It took a bad situation, made it worse. Then it was just fuck, right? Because
right,
it's
right.
like most certainly from the get go, y'all knew that boy was a project. Why y'all put him in the position to have to be y'all starting quarterback, knowing? I mean, the boy barely threw touchdowns like that at Florida, so I
At
don't
Florida,
understand
right?
what y'all thought he was fitting to come through this door and like automatically turn into Cam Newton. I don't know why y'all thought that. But then again, we've already talked about how the coaches and GMs and how front offices take no responsibility for the stupid things that they should get fired for,
I'm
and
telling
y'all
you,
think y'all fixed the problem because you're trading or getting rid of a player. The
right? Or
problem
you
is
moved on to
that
another
front
player.
office is the front
It's
office is
still
still in
there,
place.
right?
So that means you guys are now have a second chance, a second opportunity in life to fuck some shit up, right?
Facts,
So,
facts.
most that's what we're doing here, right? Like it's like why did the GM in Cleveland still got his job? They have
Right,
another chance to fuck some shit up. You are
facts,
not good. We have seen
facts.
guys like Lynn Snead. You are not a good GM, sir. I'm sorry to tell you.
Right, right,
You're
facts.
not a good GM. No one is confusing you for being one.
Especially when you compare them to the good GMs.
Now,
You know what I'm saying? When you
right.
compare them to the good GMs, they're
And I'm
nowhere
not
near
just
them.
talking about the guy from Cleveland, but obviously I am talking about Indianapolis as well.
Oh yeah,
Like these are dumb decisions,
the
and
Jets.
he
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
set that young
We can
man up.
name teams. Dallas.
Yeah,
You can name some
yeah,
badass GMs. You can name some
yeah.
horrible
So,
GMs.
so, but as far as yeah, so that's a trade that's happening. Kyler Murray, he definitely got to become more disciplined. I feel, and
Without doubt.
I feel he can be okay. Miami is a situation that's like okay, at least they got Jalen Waddle. They're trying to reboot some stuff down there. So and not see the crazy thing with him is I didn't even realize it. Like if I'm not mistaken, Kyler Murray's about 28, 29 years old.
Oh, I didn't even know he was that damn old.
Yeah, I thought he was younger than that.
Yeah,
I don't
facts.
know why I did.
Because he's short. That's why you thought that shit. That motherfucker
Yeah,
5'7". That's why you thought that motherfucker was goddamn
yeah,
21.
yeah. Maybe. I was like, hold up. I heard that. I thought that motherfucker was a little younger than what he was, but yeah, he's 28. He'll be 29 in August. So it's
Yeah,
like, bro, you a vet too. You should know better.
that's a
Like a lot
fact.
of the things, like you again taking it for granted. Like, bro, you got a second opportunity. Sometimes people need to realize, no, they not as lit as they think they is, bro. You been cut and miss. No, now you
Facts.
about to be a free agent, bro.
Facts.
They do the draft every year. There'll be another quarterback coming,
They'll
bro.
find a replacement. I promise you, they will.
Yeah,
They
you
will
were
find
closer to
one.
the end than you are to the beginning. So if you
Facts.
want to do this for real, bro, take it seriously, man. Because we looking at you as a bust. You know what I
No
mean?
bullshit.
Looking at it, so it's like you're not. You gotta humble yourself. You know what I mean? So some of these guys, though, they gotta take that good old humble pie. You know what I
Facts.
mean? And try, whatever they need done. Yeah, hey, figure it out, man. Because he got talent. That's why you there. Andy
That's a
Richardson, you
fact.
got talent. That's why you're there,
No
right?
doubt.
I don't
No
have that
doubt.
talent. That's why we sitting here podcasting.
Facts.
We
That's why
don't
we
have it.
talking this
'Cause
shit. Right, right.
if I did, I'd be on the goddamn field where y'all at. Y'all have
Facts.
talent, man. Y'all was blessed with that talent, man. God keep blessing y'all, man. Don't keep throwing it away, bro.
No bullshit. No
Real talk, man. But yeah.
bullshit.
So
And before we move on to the end of the pod, it was one
uh
more. It was one more NFL player that actually got released that I wanted to speak on. Is Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was released by the Dolphins, and he is now a free agent, or
yeah.
in his words, unemployed. um, who you think going to be the team that takes the chance? Because we know that Tyreek had a dislocated knee last year. He's coming off. That's the injury that he's coming off of, and with a receiver that's all about speed. We don't know how
Mm-hmm.
that's going to affect. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how that's going to affect him at all. But do you see any teams taking a chance on him? And if you do, what teams do you see?
See, and that's hard because a lot of what Tariq Hill is speed and explosion. So to have that type at his age,
Right.
honestly, I don't know if anyone goes. I think we're not really going to really inquire about him until after the draft. I
Right.
don't see
Okay.
anyone saying, "Yeah, let's go get him." I think y'all going to go to the draft, try to fill as many holes as you can, and then we'll see where the chips fall for Tariq Hill. Then, because what week did he get hurt? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I want to say it was like mid season. You know what I'm saying? Maybe early half of the season.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
uh,
saying?
he's probably not going to be full force
Right.
by the time the season starts. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if he's not on the team until the season starts, because a lot of what he
Yeah, I can agree
does
with that.
is explosiveness. So we're going to physically, people up here are going to bring him in because we're going to want to see if that burst is still there. Can you stop on the dime? Because you can run fast, but we know he can stop on the dime. So
Right.
we really going to have to see, and if you still can do
Right. Yeah. Getting out of your
what
breaks
we
the
know
way that
you.
you. Right. No doubt.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
that
me
makes sense.
personally, I don't see nobody really talking. Like, I don't think we really care about the Tariq Hill thing until after the draft.
So I think that the
And
one
that's
team that's actually gonna Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? Like they. I mean, it makes sense in my opinion. Like they need a receiver. He needs a home. They're familiar with each other. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and have
I
that
can tell you why
reunion.
not. If that
Why?
speed and that explosivity ain't right,
Well,
explosivity. I
of
think
course,
I made that word up.
I'm pretty sure
I
that's a
think
new
I
word and shit.
Yeah, I just made that word up on the
I'm
Wake and
pretty
Bake podcast.
explosivity.
Explosivity. I just made that word up, guys. But it
Thanks.
sound good. It sound good to
Nah,
the
it sound
masses.
good. Rolled off the
But,
tongue easy too.
but
I would have thought it was a
yeah,
real
yeah,
word.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I knew as soon as I said it, I said I'd never seen that word in Scrabble. I'd never seen that word, sir. I don't think anyone has. But
Nah,
if he's not as explosive, I don't give a damn. Out of the 32 teams, if you can't do what we need you to do, ain't nobody giving out free paychecks because
that's
you used to
fact.
chill it. Hell
Nah,
no,
that's
fool.
fact. That's fact. But I'm
You
saying
try to
based
go get
off of what they would assume, I think that team will pick him up and allow him to rehab with them if they believe that he can get back to that. And I think the only team that would give him that chance is Kansas City, in my opinion, because they already have some type of rapport with him and they understand what they get in return if you know what I'm saying he does come back healthy and shit. And I don't think that's a huge if and shit. We didn't watch modern medicine. You know what I'm saying? Fix some shit that we thought would end people careers 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
right,
think that it's a huge if. I think it all based on Tyreek and shit, how you rehab and how how you feel when you trying to get in and out those breaks and shit. Because that's a mental thing too. With a lot of these
yeah,
players with these leg injuries and shit, when you got to plan and you got to cut, you got to get past that
right.
mental part before you can get you know what I'm saying really going and shit.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. But I think that Tyreek might have some options based like I agree with you. It's pretty much based off of how the rehab going, how far along he is by the time to start the season. Because I don't think he's getting picked up early in the off season either. But
Nah,
you know what I'm saying. But by the time the regular season start, you know what I'm saying. Will he be good by Thanksgiving for some teams? You know what I'm saying. Some teams could use that type shit. You know what I'm saying. So
right.
it's shit like that I think that he can be good for, and I think that Kansas City is just a good spot for him. Um, but with the draft coming up soon, man, the draft is going to be next month and shit in April, if I'm
Yeah, I
not
got some
mistaken, right?
questions for you. April, yes. Yep,
Yeah.
I got some questions actually for you
All right, bet. What's
about
up?
that. So, as far as the draft is concerned, can you give me 5 players that you're looking forward to seeing at the NFL level in this year's draft?
Ruben Bain, of course. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see, not necessarily seeing him at the level. I just want to see where he goes. Caleb Downs. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
see. I just want to see who grabs him. Of course, Fernando. I want to because we know he's gonna go number one and shit. I just honestly, I want him to be good. Honestly, I really do. I really want him to be
Yeah.
good, just because you know what I'm saying. Just because this shit, like, so that's three right
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Uh just for controversy purposes, I don't even know if he's coming out, but Arch Manning, Shit.
Oh,
Like
no, he
just to
ain't
see.
coming out. Hell no.
Oh, okay,
Nah,
okay,
hell no. Nah, he
okay.
ain't coming out. Next year, yeah. Next year, maybe.
Right,
Maybe
right,
next year, yeah.
right. And I'm trying to think of who else, because I really actually paid attention to college football this year, which I normally don't do at all. Shit, like,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm trying to sit here and figure out like who was some other players. I can really only think of those three off the top of my head and shit like that. It was a defensive tackle, no defensive end that I was looking at, and I can't remember.
David Bailey?
There you
Texas
go.
Tech?
Okay, Texas. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
Texas
my
Tech.
nephew,
Yeah,
my
Texas
nephew
Tech.
actually told me because he's my nephew Daquan. Shout out to him. He's a huge college
Yeah.
football fan, and he. You know what I'm saying, every time somebody is good in college, he tells me Dallas need to go get him, and I'm like, well, that's not how the draft works, but I understand. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? One player, it might be a bit of a risk because y'all picked 12th. Somebody, don't if y'all don't take corner, don't be surprised. The name Keldrick Falk,
Okay.
defensive end from Auburn.
Okay.
Dude's like 6'6", 280 pounds, right?
Mm.
So, right. I like him because now this past year he had a bit of a down year.
Right.
Because no, he wasn't as effective in the pass rushing game. But what he can do for you in like running schemes
Right.
on the end, if you like, there's like NASCAR packages and stuff like that.
Right.
You kick him inside, long arm, you knocking down passes.
The only thing is Dallas is going 3-4 this year and shit.
Yeah, okay.
And this is
that's still good. That's good though. Because you figure in the 3-4 base 3-4, or even when you're in the nickel and dime, he's going to be one of those linemen anyway. And so if he can help, right? Because that linebacker is going to be your end anyway. So if someone tries to run against you in those nickel and those dime packages, I would rather have somebody 6'6", 280 next to 300-pound guys anyway.
Yeah, no, that's
so. Actually, I think he actually still works perfectly. To me, he kind of reminds me of a bigger version of the guy we have, Jared Verse. You know what I mean? He's just a little bigger. I think Verse is about 6'5", 270. You know what I mean? So I think he's a little bigger. So I think.
I remember back in the day when a fucking 6'3" defensive lineman was considered tall or big.
Yeah, these dudes. This year's draft.
The White Freeney was 6'3", my nigga. If he was that tall. If he was, you know what I'm saying? If he was that tall. If he was that tall.
Like
it was somebody else that I was talking about. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker was 6'6", and we considered him. Peppers, Julius Peppers and shit. I'm like, he was 6'6", and we consider this motherfucker a giant now. That's like the average height for defensive ends and shit. Like,
yeah, that's a fact. But boy, man, like even the first, me personally, I if I had to name 5, I want to see if Fernando Mendoza.
For real, y'all. I don't know why I'm rooting for him, but I'm really rooting for him.
Really, yeah, I'm definitely rooting for him too because the Raiders have had some hard years.
True, that's probably why I'm rooting for him. And then now they got, I'm saying, Tom Brady and
like state time. Hard years. Yeah,
I'm talking.
I want to see them. Like they need like a quarterback. You know what I mean? A franchise quarterback. I feel like every team in the league outside of them, Cleveland,
and the Jets.
Jets, they've had some French. I mean, well, there's been a while since they had a franchise quarterback.
Who was the last
I say the Jets.
quarterback the Jets had?
Jets, Joe
Brett Favre don't count. I'm about to say Brett Favre don't count. Who, Sanchez?
I said Joe Namath.
Oh shit! He said he had some. I didn't say how long ago, but they had.
They had somebody. Broadway Joe, you know what I mean?
Hey, with the mic on it.
Yeah. It's been a minute. Like Irvin said, the mic was necessary.
Thanks.
But now the Jets, they definitely are in need of a franchise quarterback. But right now, the Raiders got the opportunity. I'm just curious to see if that, from what it looked like, that boy, it was. I mean, he was. To me, I'm being honest. When he was at Cal before he got to Indiana, he was average to me. How it looked, like he was a starting quarterback but I Cal didn't look special to me.
Okay.
But boy, when he got with Kurt Signetti and got to Indiana, look, he couldn't do nothing but win. I don't think the Indiana even lose a game this year.
I don't know if they lost this year at all. And shit.
I don't think they lost. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't know how to lose, like at all. So
they was balling this year.
So for Fernando Mendoza for sure. I want to see how he plays.
Who was the head coach over there in Las Vegas? Because I know Pete Carroll got fired.
Yeah, Pete Carroll got fired. Who is the Raiders?
Let's see. Go ahead. I look it up.
Yeah. So he's one of the names for sure. Caleb Downs. I really want to see if he's really like as generational as we all think Kubiak. He is. There you go, from Seattle. Okay. That's right. Yeah, boy from Seattle. Yeah. Yeah, because Caleb Downs to me, he looks like one of those safeties. It's just safeties are so tricky because they're so far away from where the ball is snapped.
Right.
Sometimes to be a difference maker, it's hard to do. Like, we seen guys, obviously Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, and that's who we all say. But these guys are Hall of Famers, some of the best safeties that ever played the game. So we immediately jump to those guys, but it's kind of like, but we don't usually see safeties taken. So last time I seen a safety taken really, really that early was with Jamal Adams at 6.
Yeah, I think he was the last one that was taken like that early.
Early, right outside the top 5.
Yeah.
And he was good at what he did, which we all know before. He plays linebacker now, but
in the box
he was really he was like a box safety. Now, granted, he was a hell of a box safety though. I mean, the guy had like 9 sacks one season. You know what I mean? Like as a safety that had 9 sacks is crazy.
That's wild.
You know what I mean? But it's working, right? So, I mean, it was some other guys that was like top 10 that was really good, like Eric Berry. You remember him?
Oh, hell yeah. Kansas City.
Eric Berry. Yeah. So safeties are hard when you have an opportunity to take those guys early because they look so good. But then you know how it is when you're in college and you're playing for a team like Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, or something of that nature. Yeah. You have the best of everything up front. So on the back end, how much do you really have to do?
Right.
Now, granted, as a freshman, as an 18 years old, like Nick Saban said, he's like Caleb Downs was, because he was at Alabama before he got to Ohio State.
Right.
He was one of his favorite players to coach was Caleb Downs. So I think that's saying something.
Hell yeah.
So the boy,
he must have it mentally. You know what I'm saying? Up here, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So I can't wait to see him and where he lands. So the potential got another Hall of Fame safety. So number 3, I want to see Gerard McCoy, man. Yeah. So because that injury we didn't get to see him this year and see him take another stride and get as the years go on, get big, bigger, better, faster, smarter, the whole 9. Like I said, he got hurt last January is when he got hurt. So he's a year removed. I know he didn't participate in the combine, but he did speak.
That's okay.
I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait till to hear what happens at Tennessee's pro day because he's gonna do everything there. So again, he's gonna jump in people's draft. All people want to see him do is run. Because once he runs and he does his 3 cones and he do all that type, all those stop and go, make sure that everything's right.
Right,
bro. He's gonna jump right up. Honestly, I don't even know if we're gonna get him because now everybody know he ain't injured no more because he was a lock for top 10. He may go earlier than 10 if he's healthy. Because that boy, when that ball go in the air, bro. If you've not seen, he becomes a receiver, bro. That boy's different. That boy's special.
Definitely gotta check it out.
I seen him against games against Alabama, and boy, yeah. It was one time he deflected the ball, fell on the ground, the ball popped up, and he was on the ground. He gets caught the motherfucker. I think
I actually seen that highlight. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I said, yeah,
word.
He all right. That boy nasty. I said, yeah, he's a good one. Impress man zone. IQ wise, he does everything, and he does it really, really good. It was the only thing that messed him up was that injury.
The injury.
So I want to see. I really am rooting for him to bounce back. because that's an all-pro corner right there, without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
So that's 3 right there. You give me 2 more.
It's so many other guys, man. Who's another person I think I would like to see? Arvell Reese, because I'm saying he's going to be a second overall pick for the Jets. So I want to see if
damn, Jets got the number 2 pick.
Yeah, man, you know the Jets had some.
No, I thought Tennessee had it for real. I thought they was number 2.
They close. Pick. They got 4. They got like 4. So. I was like, you see them boys last year. They had.
I know they was top 4. I knew the Jets was top 4.
Everybody say, yeah. They had top it. We seen what they put out in the field. Yeah, we knew.
Not even top 5. I knew they was top 4 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Arvell Reese, man. Again, him and Sonny Styles, they both had really good seasons. And but boy, when both of those guys, the show they put on at the combine was crazy. Like even Sonny Styles' brother, Lorenzo Styles, oh my, what he ran 4.28 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, fast motherfucker.
Yo, this was the fastest. This was the best combine I think ever. Like these guys was running forward.
The athleticism just leaping off the fucking screen. I'm talking about every position too, not just I'm saying the skill positions. I'm talking about the linemen. All the motherfuckers was moving.
And I probably shouldn't say this, bro, but I'm gonna say it. This is where the old players, man, I gotta fall back. Chill out. And the reason being is because the players don't control the rules to the game. The game has got more profitable. So when y'all say these guys are soft, that's not necessarily true. It's because they do have that shit. They're getting penalties and fines. Yeah, that's the rules of the game. You guys are not as athletic as these guys were. They're bigger, faster, stronger.
Now y'all hips don't even know how to do half of the shit that they
right.
Y'all fucking around and break y'all goddamn everything trying to release off the line the way these motherfuckers do.
Yeah. Like I crush. You try to now. I mean, you hit the crushed peppermint and tell you it's gonna crumble over.
What?
Like, I'm telling you, like don't do it. You know what I mean? That's about you gotta give these young guys more credit because they was breaking all your statistics. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yo, did you see my man? And there's another name I'm gonna name it, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver for Arizona State.
No, I didn't see him.
So I'm fearing that he's gonna have I'm hoping he doesn't have that Odell Beckham career because he's another one who's super talented, bro.
Right.
Like, yeah. So at the combine, it was a bit of controversy with him because he almost broke DK Metcalf's record on the bench press. He's a wide receiver. Okay. But it was how he was bench pressing. His back wasn't like straight on the bench press.
What he had an arch?
Yeah, like every time he would push up, he kind of did one of these numbers. Like every time. Okay. So they kind of gave him a hard time because of his form and how he was able to get that 26 reps.
Right.
I think he got up. So it was just, but nonetheless, but if you watch this boy, I mean, so dumb talented. I think he's still gonna be a top 10 pick. They're saying the Saints might go get him, put him opposite of Chris Olave.
Oh.
But the boy is nasty.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Height and weight, he's 6'2", 200. He played in Arizona.
That boy,
okay.
Yeah, that boy nasty. Just them injuries, bro. Them injuries really messed him up.
What are you looking at?
Damn. Who else am I
we got the bench press. 26 reps on the bench press. Bench presses.
Who else am I looking forward to seeing?
It's impressive. And his NFL comp is Terry McLaurin. Shit. That's a pretty damn good comp.
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna end the year with Mansour Delane, man, the corner from LSU. I want to see if he picks up because that boy like he want to be one of the best next really good lockdown corners.
With a name like Mansour, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be good. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be good.
You went to LSU. Nah, I mean them DBs out of that school, boy. Like you gonna be all right.
DBs and receivers, boy. I'm telling you.
Man, listen, that's another thing too. We always talk about wide receiver you. everybody say Alabama, LSU. Y'all ain't ready to have a conversation. It's really USC. But we don't, I'm just saying, it's USC. Because USC did something that LSU and Alabama has never done and probably will never do to this day.
And what's that?
And that's have a wide receiver go first overall.
Mm-hmm. That was Keyshawn Johnson, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they put out just as many really good
Was he
receivers.
the last receiver to go first overall?
He might have been the only one. Like, I mean, I don't know no other receivers that like that motherfucker was good. Like that boy good. You know what I mean? The closest person was obviously Calvin Johnson with second overall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for you to take a receiver as the first pick, LSU ain't never did that.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact, motherfucker.
Never did that.
Alabama never did that. Facts.
Nah. And they got their own string of really good receivers that came out of USC, man. People don't give USC receivers enough credit, man. Yeah. They've had some good ones too.
I wouldn't honestly, but yeah.
But yeah, man, I can't wait till the draft, man. I can't wait till the season starts. No, I mean, so we can see.
I'm being a little patient. I can wait. I can wait until the season starts.
We gotta make some moves.
You know,
man, y'all made some moves.
Right.
Man.
Let's see what's
y'all
going on.
Got Quentin Williams last year.
Yeah, which is a great move. I think that they're still in the running to see about Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati, Dallas, of course.
Yeah.
There's some other moves that's going to be made. We still have our 2 first-round picks, so I mean, I don't doubt their drafting abilities. I think they're pretty damn good at drafting, with the exception of the position of safety and defensive tackle. but other than that, I think that it's just like I'm more so in the process of wait and see. They franchise tag George Pickens, so he'll be making $28 million this year on a franchise. But I think that their whole thing is to try to get the contract done during the season and shit. But also because he's a non-exclusive franchise tag, which means that other teams can offer him a deal, and it's up to Dallas to match him. But I also read, and I want to say from Ian Rappaport, which is a credible source, that if a team does get him, Dallas is allowed to get their first round pick for him. So Dallas is trying to find every contingency plan, to make sure they have every type of backup just in case shit go left. So I am respecting that. They did try to make a play for Max Crosby, which means that they are trying to do shit that's going to benefit the team and not just benefit the wallet or the purse of the team and shit.
Yeah.
So I am watching and paying attention to what they're doing in the offseason and liking how they're trying to move. They haven't got shit done, but they're trying. At least they trying, and I'm here for the effort. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely here for the effort and shit. But I'm more so just waiting. I'm waiting to see what happened. They did re-sign Javonte Williams and shit to a 3-year deal. And shit, so shout out to him for getting this bread. And shit, he had 1,300 rushing yards last year, 11 tutties on the ground. He did his thing. And shit, which a lot of people would say is a bounce back year for him and shit. But as a Cowboy fan, I'm just waiting and seeing what maybe when August and shit start running around, or training camp and all that shit start running around, I get a little bit more excited. Or if they do make a major move during the draft and shit, I might get a little bit more excited. But as of right now, they chilling, so I'm chilling this shit. You feel me?
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. I want to just get this recorded. So I want y'all to be able to. If I'm right, I want to be able to go back to this episode.
I already said it earlier before you got on here.
What?
I already said it. I know exactly what you about to say, and I already I can't that's why you got to be here on time because I already said.
Well, you better be right. You better be right.
I said, depending on what happens in the next year or two, Dak Prescott is going to be a goddamn Ram quarterback, and they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm going to be fucking pissed off about this shit. But go ahead.
See, that's why I ain't got to be on time. That's not what I was going to say. Now, what I'm going to say is, if we don't get Gerard McCoy, and let's say, because I think the Dolphins and the Cowboys are also in search of DBs.
We
can't get those two. I see the Rams trading back, not once but twice. I think we should go from 13 to 18, then from 18 to 24. Then we make our pick. Because the Rams are not going to stay put. I feel like those two guys are not there because I don't think there's anybody else there to draft. So I just want to say that I think we're going to grab a whole bunch more picks.
I'm about to say, so if that's the case, then who y'all picking at 24?
And if you're asking me, at 24, if the Rams have to pick at 24, there's a couple of different places we couldn't go. One of them was taken away because we just signed Cam Curl to a 3-year extension. Right. So I was going to say the safety out of Toledo. But I do like the receiver Denzel Boston out of Washington.
Okay.
I mean, 6'4", 210, last, 2 seasons, 20 touchdowns in the red zone. And that was a big thing for us. That's why we brought in Devontae Adams, be able to score inside the red zone.
Yeah, the red zone touchdowns.
Yeah, for an outside receiver. So, obviously, Devontae only had a 2-year deal. So, this is the last year of that deal. So, I think if we can bring him in now, you know what I mean? That would be. Oh, and another thing is, if the Pittsburgh Steelers don't take him, go get Ty Simpson, quarterback from Alabama. At 24.
Okay, I ain't mad at that.
So, yeah, that's what I think we should do. Or even what I think his name, Brandon Siss, the corner from South Carolina, or what's the boy name? Colton Hood, the other cornerback from Tennessee, who played opposite of McCoy. We'll probably get one of those guys as well. But yeah, so that's what I say. If we don't get one of those two guys, I think we just trade back. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, player.
I mean, and before we wrap up this podcast, and with my birthday, I want to give y'all a little story, man. I remember growing up, you know what I'm saying, and I used to eat the goddamn oodles and noodles with no packet, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking cereal with no milk. No milk, nigga. Powder milk. Canned milk.
Waffles. No sir.
Jelly. No jelly. Nothing.
Goddamn nothing. Goddamn finesse 2-time and wild on the internet, bro. That boy funny as shit.
Thanks.
He fucked me up with that one at first. That nigga said noodles with no packet. Like, where did your fucking packet go, bro?
The packet come with the noodles, bro. What the fuck was y'all doing with those packets, bro?
Yeah.
What was y'all doing with the damn packets? Thanks. Who was greedy with taking the packets out and seasoning other foods with them? Can't be doing that shit.
But damn, at least incorporate the noodles, bro. Like, God,
yeah. If you're gonna use the packet, you might as well use the noodles with it.
Yeah, season up the vegetables, make a little stir fry with the noodles or something. Like, God damn.
They fucking it up with the goddamn packet. Me up with that. I ain't never hear noodles. Who was going in your packet? I mean, the noodle packet and stealing the packet out. Who was going in the packs of noodles and just stealing the packets and leaving the noodles there? You had to close the shit back up. How did they close the shit back up after they took the packet out?
Hopefully somebody will respond, man.
Somebody let us know this shit, man. Yeah, but this has been another episode of the Wake and Bake Podcast, episode 2 of season 3. It's your boy birthday. Make sure y'all drop a happy birthday down there for your boy one time. Brother. Appreciate you, my nigga.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna catch you guys next week as always. Remember to stay fried, my friends, and we're gonna catch y'all later. Peace.